folks, here's the job today. What we want to do is get this piece of metal, this trim piece, if you will, around the outside of this seat. And there's 4 screws that hold it in place. Now, I located the holes and poked in the metal. There's a metal bar back here. You get to see it over here. And I put all the screws in, and I'm going to try inside this right here. Hopefully you will focus on that, maybe not. Right there. There's a cutout place for the heads to go through. So the first way I'm going to try to do this is by leaving the screws in. I ran them back a ways, and I'm going to try and put these 2 on first through these little grooves here, and then move it on down, trying to get the next one to line up, and I think I'm going to have problems because of the bend. Yes, I definitely am. Because I won't be able, once I get this screw on, I won't be able to get a hold of this one up here. These 2 on will keep this down. So I'm going to have to put the screws. I'm going to get a white marker and mark where the screw holes are. I'm going to have to take the screws all the way out. Boo! But we'll get it. I'll get back to you when I'm done. Holy cow. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the old guy Jack here. Well, it's not morning, actually. It's afternoon. But it feels like morning. Anyway, we're making some progress here. Well, in the looks of this thing, anyway. Looks like a real motorcycle again. Oh, I suppose you'd like to see it, wouldn't you? Maybe I should turn the camera around instead of looking at my ugly mug. What do you think? It's looking pretty good, isn't it? The tank doesn't look too bad. It's not a professional job. The seat doesn't look too bad. It's not a professional job. The last time I did a seat, I took it to a car upholsterer and had him do it for me. Well, I did this one myself, and I guess I probably got 6 to 8 hours in it. Now, I would bet that car upholstery guy could do it in about an hour, hour and a half. But anyway, we got her anyway. So it's done. It's not perfect. This little strip here was a real pain in the butt. But I got it in. It's got screws that lock into a groove on here. I showed you that, I think. And so it's got the Honda on it. Yeah, of course, the rear end doesn't look so great, does it? The rear fender. And the front fender doesn't look so great. But I've got another one here, and I'm going to work on that. See if I can get it a little smoother. And so on. Well, right now, I'm going to get the gas tank installed, get the screws in it and everything that it needs, and see if I can get this thing started and take a little ride. What do you think? All right, this is the petcock that came with it, with the bike. And no matter which position I put it in, there's a stop, a reserve, and an on. You still got flow from all the way through. So I ordered a replacement. It's a different style. So let's take a look at what we got. They were nice enough to send you some Teflon tape. Let's see what we got in here. We got a gasket. We got a mounting plate. Goes on like that. And all the screws, nuts and washers. There's no nuts, but washers and everything that go with it. Then, let's open this little box and see what's in here. And in this box we have let me get it out of the bag and I'll show you. All right, this will screw into that new mounting plate, which is there, and go right up there. So hopefully this will all work. And I'm going to go ahead and install it, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, well, putting this aftermarket petcock in here, and they gave me these little O-rings and an extra flat washer for each one. And I thought, well, maybe they want you to put the O-ring between two flat washers on the bottom to seal up the screws, which go all the way into the tank and may leak. So I put a little actually it's Yamabond number 4 around the edge, because I had some bare metal there. I didn't put it all over the whole gasket. I just put it around the edge. And then when I put the screws in, I put those in with some of that Yamabond on the screw itself. So that should seal it up pretty well. Now we'll wrap the new petcock with some of the Teflon tape they included and get it installed. All right, it's installed. Let's see if it works. What do you say? All right, let's take this hose. It's too small. Maybe I can get it on there. Yeah, it stretches pretty good. All right, let's see which position we're in. Let's start in, wow, that turns hard. Reserve. Yep, that one works. On. Yep, that one works. Off. Nope, that one doesn't work. Like it shouldn't. All right. So we got a petcock that works now. That's the same test I did on the other one. And it failed. Well, folks, I took it outside. I put some gas in the tank, and I realized two more problems, neither of which I can just overlook. Number one, although it's looking pretty good, if you look right here, unfortunately, gas is dripping out, and it's this plate up here. So I'm going to have to take it all off and fix it again. Well, that sucks. The other problem, I did not realize, I should have checked it before I put it up here, but the fork bearings, the I don't know what you call it, main shaft bearings are just totally gummed up. So the fork has to come off and the bearings cleaned. I'm not sure if they're roller bearings or captive ball bearings or just loose ball bearings or whatever's in there. That will have to come off, and we'll have to do that because it turns really hard. That old grease has been in there since 1973 and beyond, probably. So I'm not done. I'm just going to let this drip, I guess. And it's getting to be quitting time for me anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this. It did run. I kicked it on the third kick she took off. It was idling a little fast. But I think she's going to run okay. So I'll see you on the next one.